What up, heel faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes, this is HSP, and we're talking the underground tape trade and its impact on the wrestling fans of today. We're gonna get into it right after this.
Cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain.
Alright, before we get started, if you guys will do us a huge favor and like, subscribe, or follow whatever platform you're watching or listening on, be a great help for us. Also, YouTube memberships and supers are open. And don't forget our huge Black Friday sale. It ends tonight. You got tonight to pick up your stuff at cost. The link's in the description. You get anything on the Heel Shit merch store at cost. Not a penny of profit. Don't even worry about it. At cost. That's why the prices are so weird right now. They end in 54s and all this weird shit. So, how you doing, man?
If I could just forget the last 7 days of my life, it would be fantastic.
I don't blame you. It's been a ride. It's been a ride.
Before we get into that, let me just go and ask you, because mine's going to be a little more interesting. Not only how have you been today, but how was your turkey day?
Well, we have both sets of parents here, so we've got two different houses we got to go do turkey with. So we went to her folks on Thanksgiving Day, and that was fine. And then we went to my folks yesterday, and the food was fucking phenomenal.
Good deal.
Yeah, I ate lots, brought lots home.
So nobody has to cook for you for the next at least 2 days.
After this, I'm gonna go attack that pecan pie for sure.
Oh, I have pecan pie in the fridge. Actually, matter of fact, I have 4 full plates of food from 4 different Thanksgivings that I've got to take care of. And let me tell you why. Let me tell the audience why. You know why. It's been a challenging day, or week, I should say. So we did HSP last week, as normal time, all that good stuff, and everything seemed all right. I was having like a little bit of a stomach issue. I was thinking, it's probably the dinner I ate. What the fuck ever, I'll sleep it off.
Right.
Well, about 2:00 that morning, I woke up with this immense pain, not just in my stomach, but over here in my side. And for everybody that knows the human anatomy, your liver, your kidney, gallbladder, all that shit's on your right side, right? And I started throwing up blood. Now me being hard-headed, and Dark can attest to this, I'm a hard-headed motherfucker.
Yeah.
My wife basically threatened me with a divorce if I didn't go get checked out. And I said, I can't fucking drive anywhere. She said, that's all right. I already called an ambulance. I was like, what the fuck?
There you go.
Right? So at this point, I didn't have an option. Now, I was going to just be like, you know what? It's starting to subside. It's cool. They're about to show up. I'm just going to play it off. Well, as I walk in the door, here comes another round of violent projectile blood vomiting. Yeah, so they immediately scooped me up. They didn't even let me walk. They picked me up arm, leg, picked me up and fucking yanked me into the fucking gurney, and then yanked me into the damn ambulance. Poked me 1, 2. I had three IV entry points. And if you ever have the option to get one on your foot, don't do it. It sucks.
Really?
So bad. It sucks so bad.
Really?
Well, I don't like anybody anywhere near my feet, much less touching my feet, much
Okay.
less inserting foreign objects into my feet.
Which was the least bad place that they IV'd you?
My usual spot, like on the arm.
Oh, okay.
Originally they couldn't pop a vein on this one, so they popped one here on my hand, which I didn't really mind it that much. And they got one here on the way there, and then they had one here, so they had to put one fluid, one for the nausea medicine, and they had another one just in case, you know, it would pop something else in me.
Yeah.
Get to the ER. By this time, I've had another episode, and the doctor was very clear. If you're gonna scream, we're not gonna stop you, but we want you to scream the number level 1 to 10 that you're feeling. That way we can, you know, try to accommodate as such. When I tell you it sounded like a Ty Dillinger reunion in my fucking room, being the perfect fucking 10, son.
10.
Yes, 10. I was screaming 10 like as loud as I could because the pain was that unbearable. At one point, I screamed 11.
Oh, shit.
And I screamed that right into the nurse's face because she told me to calm down.
11, bitch.
Well, at that point, I was coming up off the gurney.
Oh, shit.
I was like,
calm down, bitch. This is the worst pain I've ever been in. Calm down my ass.
I wasn't getting off the gurney to, like, you know, become physical or aggressive or anything like that. Like, if I'm in pain, I need to move around.
Right.
If I move around, you know, it doesn't hurt as bad. I can do something else. It gets my mind off the pain.
Uh-huh.
Well, the security guy that ran into the room thought otherwise and was telling me to get back on the gurney. He's like, listen, it's going to take more than one of you. You fucking put me down right now. Just give me a minute for this to subside. 10. Who the fuck are you?
What the fuck are you?
That number was familiar. I don't know.
So fucking bright in here. Damn it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The doctor has heard enough of the number 10 and proceeds to tell the nurse to get out the way. Obviously, at this point, the nurse is just like taking her time to piss me off. I feel.
Just to piss you off.
Because I can't just, you know, hey, let me just turn this pain off and act all calm and normal like that. I've never had morphine before in my life.
Really? I don't think I've ever had it either.
Let me tell you something, sir. That shit works wonders. Wonders.
I'm surprised they didn't give you morphine off the jump.
Well, you know how it is with pain medication. A lot of people go in there like fake pain to
sure.
Just get shit like that. Well, sir, I love morphine. And I'm not saying that to be like an addict or anything like that. That's just not who I am.
I love morphine.
But it went from a 10 to a 2.
Ooh.
By the time I
just
said
like
10,
that, huh?
I was like 10. I was like, is that what morphine does?
Yep, that's exactly what morphine does.
As he's sticking me with another shot of morphine, he's like, yes, sir, that's what it's for. It's like, I like it.
You see why it's so easy for people to get addicted to opioids, man. It's like instantaneous.
Well, that kind of carries on to what happens later this week. So they give me the double shot of morphine, which I was like, add that to my tab. And they ended up giving me a Percocet. You know, because that was more of a long lasting thing. Morphine like wears off fairly quickly.
Sure.
So they got me calmed down enough for me to, you know, be able to do this, the CAT scan, the blood work, and all that stuff. Got all that taken care of, and came back to that I had gallbladder disease, which is a scary term for you have gallstones, that it needs to be taken out immediately.
Yes, sir.
Doctor said, when you get out of here, because you're probably not going to want to do anything today, first thing tomorrow, call up here, talk to the gastrology department, tell them that you were here, you were seen, and the doctor on call said that you need an immediate, insert fancy word here for gallbladder removal.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Awesome. We'll take care of that. I get sent home, sleep pretty much the rest of the day. They sent me home with Perkies, more Percocets.
Yes, sir.
And I'm talking like max dosage that I could have. So, what happens when I'm in pain and it starts hurting? I'm going to pop one. I was good about it. I only popped them at night because that's when it really started acting up. So, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I only had 4. Get through Wednesday. Started to feel a little bit better. Thursday, I just didn't have an appetite. It was Thanksgiving. I was pissed off. I had 2 back-to-back Thanksgiving dinners, and they both smelled phenomenal. And I'm talking like my brother-in-law smoked a ham. He smoked a turkey, like smoked mac and cheese, like the whole fucking night. Like he goes all out every year. And then I had my family side, which is, you know, basic turkey day shit, whatever. But it still smelled great. By Friday, I noticed something was wrong because it wasn't the area of my gallbladder that was hurting. It was more along here. And I didn't know this until I looked it up Saturday morning. Apparently, if you take too many Percocets and you're not flushing your body with a lot of liquid or food or whatever to get it through your system, it stops you up.
Oh, yes, sir.
So now I'm dealing with the gallbladder pain on top of intestinal pain. So I had to make a choice, and we were doing this as we were watching War Games Saturday night. I was like, you know what? Fuck these. I'll just fucking deal with the pain. So I went and immediately flushed the rest of my Percocets down the toilet, so I would have no wants to go get them.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I just detoxed myself overnight, which was the most painful thing I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. After it finally got out and I was forcing water down my throat, I was eventually able to flush everything out, get everything somewhat back to normal.
Mm.
And I'm about there now. So, you know, thank God for painkillers, but even using them responsibly have consequences. That's the moral of the story.
Absolutely do.
So because of this, I've had to cancel all 2024 bookings. And I'm not currently looking for 2025 bookings at this time until I get this little health issue resolved, because we were talking about Saturday during the women's match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, say I do work and say I take a spear or I take something to the gut or I land on a face bump awkwardly and it ruptures my gallbladder. Then what?
You're fucked.
Every second is paramount.
Yep.
So, you know, discretion is the better part of valor.
And I don't think they're gonna have an ambulance out there at a fucking Waldo show
or any show, really.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just better for me to just take a step back until I get this issue resolved, and that's where we are. So that's kind of what happened on my Thanksgiving. Right. Don't do drugs, gentlemen, and
especially opioids. Especially opioid.
Boy.
All right. Well, before we get into the tape trade, let's run a quick commercial. We'll come back. Professor Grimes might have, Professor Grimes will break us into the 90s tape trade. We'll get into it right after this. But first, if you like sunflower seeds, check this out. Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check this out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch, to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, the cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Draven, and Miner all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, but one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy. Thank you guys. Thanks. Man, if you guys haven't tried smacking yet, I suggest you use that link. All right.
So we just learned a valuable lesson about you. Don't ever let you touch the big red button.
Don't touch. Yeah, for sure. Don't ever touch the big red button. All right. Let's see if we can get back into this shit now.
What's good doing?
We back. We back. We back.
Don't ever touch the little red button.
Never
Ever again.
Oh, I'd be a horrible little red button pusher.
Yes, you are.
Yes, indeed.
Can't believe you.
I'm a bad man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are. All right.
All right. So, underground tape trade.
Yep. 1 second.
Got a little pain there.
Yeah, I got some residuals that hit every now and then. Nothing major.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about when we're saying the underground tape trade, well, when we were younger in the 90s and the early 2000s, we didn't have a whole lot of options. There wasn't the internet to watch stuff. We had WWE and WCW, and that's pretty much it. So, in order for us to learn about the different types of wrestling, we had to find a dude who somehow got a hold of a tape of New Japan or Lucha Libre or a death match or something, and we just trade them back and forth.
Yep, that's about the gist of it. So I'll give you my earliest memory of jumping into this culture, and I figured we'll just bounce off of that and just go from there. So I remember it very clearly. We were actually at WCW Sin, the last WCW pay-per-view that happened in Jacksonville. And it was shit. It was dog water. So as we're leaving after like the 4th or 5th match, like my grandmother just had enough of it. So she's like, I could just watch something on TV and been more entertained. So yeah. Do I have to go to school tomorrow? Yes. Fuck. Okay. Because back then, ladies and gentlemen, in the 90s and early 2000s, pay-per-views were recorded on Sunday nights.
Yep.
And even though your boy over there was in the college years, fratting it up, seeing titties and playing with dicks, as it were, I was
don't know about that last part. Fucking A.
I had to get it in there. I was still like, I was a young 10-year-old thriving on the brink of puberty, just trying to find myself, still going to school every day. Fuck, you're old. Let me just get that out the way. Anyway, on the way out, there was a couple of guys standing around passing out flyers for whatever. And one of the guys said, "Hey, I have some tapes here. Do you want to take a look at them?" And she was the person that would always be like, "Yeah, I'll take a minute of your time, but I won't buy nothing." Like, you know, she was nice about it. Like, always seemed interested, but like, yeah, I just don't see nothing I like. She was always one of those guys. Just, you know, to make you feel important. Well, it was almost like a scene in Friday where like the dude just popped the back of a caddy and just like fucking shitload of tapes. And they were like the old video store covers with the see-through, and he had like poorly printed fucking shit on the front of it. Well, one caught my eye, and it was the Hell in a Cell 98 with Mankind and Undertaker. And I saw it, and she saw that I saw it, and she knew I was going to ask. So she went ahead and started asking how much. He's like, well, we do like 10 a piece, but, you know, if you get 4 videos, we'll just do 5 a piece. And I'm going, 4 videos. Please, I will do whatever you want me to do. And she's like, you know, I do need some weeds pulled in the garden. It's like, done. She's like, pick 4. So I immediately grabbed that one. I think I grabbed SummerSlam 98. Yeah, because that's when Rock and Hunter worked for the IC belt in a ladder match, right? I believe. So I grabbed that one. I grabbed WrestleMania 12. Brett and Shawn, Iron Man. And then really nothing else caught my attention. So I saw one in the back. I didn't really grasp the concept of it, but it just said Anarchy Rules. It was just written on it. I was like, oh, fuck it. Let's see what happens. Not knowing that was ECW's first ever pay-per-view.
Nice.
Yeah, so get them home. Go to bed, get up the next day, deliberately miss the bus.
Fuck.
Oh, it wasn't me that deliberately missed the bus. It was my grandmother because she was going to get those weeds pulled. Okay? So she had me out there fucking just picking weeds. And her garden wasn't that big. It was probably the size of your desk. Maybe a little bit bigger. So it wasn't that big, but she's very meticulous about it. Everything has to be done by hand.
Yeah.
And get it done. I was done by like noon, by lunchtime. And she's like, all right, go do what you want. I was like, you know what I want to do. She's like, you're allowed to watch one. And the Anarchy Rules one was just like, it was eating at me. Like, I need to see this. Holy shit. That was not something for a 10-year-old to fucking consume, my guy.
Nope.
But I consumed. And I consumed. Like, I consumed that pay-per-view for a week straight.
Wow.
And then a buddy of mine from school had WrestleMania 14 on tape, like a legit version, like it wasn't like a recorded version. And I've been telling him about this video, and he's like, dude, I will give you my WrestleMania 14 tape just to let me borrow that for a day. I was like, done. Never saw that tape again. Pissed off. But yeah, that was really my first introduction into the tape trading. And as I got older, as I got started going to independent shows and stuff like that, that's where the trading really started taking place. That's where I started getting shit from Japan, started getting shit from the UK.
Why do I keep
from
hearing
Mexico.
thudding?
I don't know.
It's like something going across the table, like thudding, like.
Oh, that might have been my foot. That's
Okay.
I got big ass feet.
You know what that means? You wear big shoes.
I got a small dick. At least that's what my ex-wife told me.
Oh, well, honey, she can be trusted.
Yeah, I mean, X is the key term. So yeah, that was my first introduction to it, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say kind of, it has definitely gone away. I know when the DVD scene started getting real big, that's when I started getting CZW and a lot of backyard wrestling and like underground independent shows and stuff like that. And that's where my thirst, so to speak, for hardcore blood shit really got going until I did it myself. Shout out to one of my good friends. He was also a independent wrestling manager for like 20 something years here in the Jacksonville area. Hollywood Jamie Love, who every show that we had an independent show in my hometown, he was out there fucking throwing DVDs nonstop, and I was out there throwing money at him nonstop. Just, please tell me you got something new from Japan. Please tell me you got something new from Progress or whatever. And he's like, I got it, but it's going to cost you. Like, okay. Like, it almost became like a drug to me. I needed this every month. And he knew he had me hooked. Now me and him were like great, good friends. I had the wife calling me, so fill in some spots.
Yeah, my
Hello?
limited experience with the tape trade.
Do we need anything from town before I leave?
No, baby, you're good.
I'm just muted him so we didn't listen to our conversation. Well, we didn't listen to his conversation. Yeah, my limited experience with the tape trade, it was mostly the Japanese wrestling. That was like, I mean, ECW and that shit was like taboo, but we didn't really consider it. Like wrestling, really. I mean, it was wrestling, but it was like to the extreme.
It's in the name.
Well, no shit. But I the ones that I ran across were mostly Japanese. All Japan Pro Wrestling, shit like that.
Dude, early 2000s DDT, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Such good shit. And that was, to me, that's where you saw the hunger. Because let's face it, mid 90s to I'd say mid 2000s New Japan Wrestling, it really felt half-assed. And that was like their low point in the company history. So that makes sense.
But continue.
So Jamie love you, kiss my ass, suck my dick, all that good stuff. Yeah. So about 20. See, YouTube came out about 05, 06, around that area. And by that point, it was still fairly new. A lot of people just doing stupid little short takes and wasn't really thinking about it. If I remember correctly, I first started seeing these top 5 moves or top 10 moves of just random people, like, scrolling through top 10 moves of The Undertaker, and it would like do like a list 10 to 1, and always number 1 was the finish. Top 5 of Claudio Castagnoli. I'm like, who the fuck is Claudio? By that time, I wasn't really big into Ring of Honor. Ooh, that's another one. The 3-match trilogy with fucking Joe and Punk. I got that from fucking Jamie Love. Jamie, I love you. But going back and finding out how much money I spent on that for fucking 3 matches, I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. Anyway, carrying on. And that's where the streaming started coming in. Just top 5, top 10s. The next thing you know, certain like really high up independent guys who had a camcorder, shitty quality, but a camcorder nonetheless, would start posting their matches on YouTube. So I started reaching out for that, and by that time, TNA started putting on like little clips here and there. WWE was like in its infancy of putting product on there. They were very protective about what they put on there. I mean, no more than like a 45-second clip of a match.
Well, remember, YouTube used to be, what was it, capped at 10 minutes?
Yeah. No, 12 minutes. 12 minutes. It was 12.
Cool.
Yeah. But by the time they looked at that restraint, which I believe was in like 2012, 2013, TNA was putting on full fucking matches, and all they do was just cut out the dead spots.
Right.
So TNA was really like the innovator of that, I feel. And then by that time, people started not giving a fuck about copyrights, trademarks, and shit like that, and started just ripping off full matches from wrestling DVDs, putting them on there so they can just get likes and followers and shit like that. So that sweet spot from, like, for me, 2000 to 2007, 2008 was like the prime for me for tape trading, which I know it goes back into the 90s, maybe into like the late 80s, but for me it was that sweet spot right there. And it meant the world. That showed me that, you know, there's more to this sport and this business other than what I see on television.
Right.
And for me, it was WWF. Obviously, for you, it was WCW. And the only reason we went to fucking WCW since because my grandmother won 2 tickets on Rooster Country 107.3 back in the day. If you know, you fucking know. So, yeah.
Dude, that was such good memories when I was just a little, you know, young kid, like not even a teenager yet. Like my uncle taking me to what used to be the Coliseum.
Yes.
To see WCW come through. We went like once a year.
Right.
It was good times.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that I really didn't touch on, but you could probably attest this just from the nostalgia of it. Go into your local video store and running straight back to that section just to see if they got a new one.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be real with you. I had a local one here. It was called Aardvark Video.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very local, very small.
Right.
But I remember the layout perfectly. And it was like a maze. Like they had like this walkthrough that you had to fucking get to a certain section.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking blow past the fucking kid shit, action movies, mysteries, the fucking door with the beads all in it. I didn't want to know what the fuck it was. I did not care what was back there. A lot of guys came in and out of there. I was always in the back right corner because there was this one section and it was from the roof down and it was only 5 videos wide, but it was like fucking 10 or 12 fucking rows.
Mm-hmm.
And it had WrestleManias, it had Insurrections, it had Judgment Days, it had like they weren't like best of shows, but like, you know, they had the Undertaker For Whom the Bell Tolls that came out in like '96 when he was still wearing the purple shit.
Mm-hmm.
They had a special on Yokozuna. I wish I picked that up. I never fucking did.
Mm-hmm.
They had one backyard wrestling that quickly disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I never grabbed it. I never knew why. Well, I know why now, but I didn't know why back then. More likely went to the beaded room. But yeah, dude, just going there every Saturday morning when they first opened because Friday night was such a clusterfuck with new releases and shit. Running back there and trying to find something that you haven't watched. And by the time that it actually grew and they actually had like a complete section, I already watched every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So every Saturday I'm in there like, do you have anything new? No. Do you have WrestleMania 19 still? Yeah. I'm going to use that. And that was my go-to is WrestleMania 19 because like I've said on this channel many times before, it is my all-time favorite WrestleMania because it was the first one I ever watched live.
Nice.
I can pretty much recite the entire commentary of that entire show with it muted.
Oh jeez.
It's fucking sad.
Mm.
But yeah, dude. Never really checked a Blockbuster for like wrestling shit. It was always like the low-key local stores that had like the actual section for wrestling, to me at least.
The problem is around me is that I was pretty young when all the mom and pop places picked up and moved out because they couldn't compete with Blockbuster. So I remember video stores back when I never rented it, but I remember going in and just looking at the No Holds Barred video cover,
God,
and
so horrible.
yeah, it was fucking horrible back then. But you know, Blockbuster had its section. You know, just a couple of WrestleManias, so it wasn't a big deal.
Right. Well, I think because we had like that small town store and stuff like that, they actually listened to their clientele.
Yeah,
And it wasn't just me renting them. Obviously, this little punk 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid, you know, just getting wrestling
wasn't
videos.
wasn't
Obviously, it just
creating
wasn't
the
me.
entire market.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't. Looking back now, yes. Back then, I was like, I am a god. But we never had that issue with like Blockbuster or Movie Gallery or anything like that. We didn't get a movie gallery here until like 2006, 2007.
Hmm.
And by that time, you know, Movie Gallery and shit was on decline. Like Blockbuster was going to be behind them up soon after that. And I remember it was like a year and a half after they opened that they had the closing sale. And I fucking went in there and I bought every fucking wrestling DVD they had. I didn't care what the fuck it was. I just went back there and grabbed them all because they were all like, I think they were like 35 cents a piece.
Oh
Like,
wow,
yeah, they were like clearanced out. And so I walked out of there with like 50 fucking DVDs.
that's beautiful.
Didn't watch half of them. I didn't care. That I just wanted them, just to say I did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get back on point here.
Okay.
What you want to know?
Just you know what was popular. You know what. I don't really have any questions. I was just kind of listening to the background and stuff. Is there any other information you think is important?
I will say that I firmly believe if it wasn't for the trade trading, fuck, hey,
Trade tating.
shut up. It's been a long 7 days. The tape trading scene from the 90s and early 2000s, we wouldn't have a lot of the talent from the time of me coming up. We wouldn't have guys like Effie. We wouldn't have M80 Carson Case. We wouldn't have John Davis. We wouldn't have Matt Seidel or Evan Bourne or however the fuck you know. Like that generation of stars.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't have these guys because these guys were right there with me in the tape trading, studying this shit, figuring it out, trying to figure out what they could take to innovate for what the American audience hasn't seen before because they were really big into the Japanese stuff. Dude, I never even saw an air raid siren until I started watching Japanese wrestling. I never watched anybody in the States ever even try to perform it. And for those of you that don't know what an air raid siren is, if you know Fit Finley, he calls it the Celtic Cross. Sheamus calls it the white noise. It's basically a slouched over, belly to back, hook the head, pile driver kind of maneuver. It's pretty generic.
Air raid crash, I think, is what they call it on the 2K games.
Okay. The air raid moves, or just go look up white noise.
Yeah.
I know LA Knight, used it once before when he was Eli Drake. Yeah, dummy. So it was really, really good for that generation to really pick stuff out and be creative with it and hone those skills and learn. Because if you really think about it, that generation took something that was essentially old because they're watching it on old tapes and made it new again. They made it fun. Whereas this generation of talent, they can't do that because everything's at the tip of their fingers. I mean, fucking phones, my guy.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can like take and make your own anymore. Like theoretically, in the 90s, some dude could have claimed to invent the burning hammer, and we would have had no fucking idea that he took it from the dude in Japan.
Right.
Like, I never knew that. Like, I knew Sting had the Scorpion Deathlock before Brett had the Sharpshooter, but I didn't know that the Scorpion Deathlock was called the Scorpion Deathlock from a Japanese wrestler that he learned it from.
Correct.
So it's like there's so much that the stuff at the tip of your fingers has just kind of taken a lot of the mystique out of it. Like you can always, like, I don't think that there's a move that, are there any unique moves left? I don't know, but
I can say with pretty good honesty that the last time I saw anything be innovative that actually popped me and go, holy shit, was Stormbreaker.
yep.
That's the last time I was like, oh fuck, how the hell did he do that?
Yeah, I don't know how he spins that many times. Like,
it's really not that many times though.
yeah,
Because I've done the Stormbreaker. Well, a variation of it. I don't do the double interhook and all that shit. I've done it just from like the position. It's not that fucking hard to do. It's more of like your eyes playing tricks on you. But yeah, there's really no way for you to create something and it not be fucking stolen. Because like you said, everybody has a phone. Everybody's going to record shit. And if they see something cool, what's the first thing they're going to do with it?
call there Andrew.
Fuck you. You posted on.
We want to try a new move.
You posted on your socials. You posted on the YouTube, and at that point, everybody sees it. That's like if I came up with like a new version of an Ace Crusher that nobody's ever fucking seen before. Do that in one show. By next week, it's the new super kick. Everybody's fucking hitting
Everybody's doing it.
It's the new Canadian Destroyer. Everybody's fucking hitting it. And it's no longer a fucking finish.
Like the coolest,
it's a fucking transitional.
The coolest recent version of a cutter is, I don't know if she invented it. I doubt it, because like we said, but that girl at NXT who goes up the turnbuckle pads and does a front flip and catches the cutter.
Yes.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, so basically what she does is she'll like run up the ropes like whispering in the wind, but she'll like jump off, do like an inverted front flip, and as she hits the front flip, she grabs the cutter. It's so fucking beautiful.
It really is. Like I thought Ember Moons or whatever her name is Athena. Yeah. That her finisher was dope. Whew. But that front flip cutter is fucking badass.
Which it is, dude. I mean, in her defense, nobody is hitting her stunner off the top. And it looks so fucking impactful, especially if you get someone like a Mickie James to fucking sell it right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. It's so fucking good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's so hard for this business to be innovative. And it's because of social media, because of YouTube, which I'm not downing social media for all that shit. I think it's a great way to promote yourself, to promote your brand, to promote what shows you're going to be out, to promote a company if you're working with the company to do something. Sponsorship, Heel Shit Podcast. ... But at the same time, is it too much of a good thing? Yes. It almost becomes a cancer because nothing's private. Absolutely nothing. Once you put it in the social media world, once you put it on YouTube land, absolutely nothing's private. Good example. A video came across my feed a few years ago, like right when the YouTube shorts and stuff like that were getting popular. And it was a video of Triple H selling a concussion. And this Mark said something and it pissed me off and it triggered me and I fucking retorted. I don't know. This was fucking years ago. And I get a random notification that so-and-so replied to your comment. I was like, I don't remember fucking replying to anything. So I look, and next thing you know, something I said 3 years ago has caught fucking tread, and now everybody's fucking, whether it was good or bad, you know, for me or against me, they were just fucking on fire with that shit, non-fucking stop for like 3 or 4 hours straight. So again, nothing's private. Nothing you put out there is ever going to truly be buried. Ask Diddy. That's Diddy. That motherfucker's Twitter feed from fucking 10, 12 years ago is coming back to haunt his ass now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But as far as the tape trading, yeah, that's completely dead. May it rest in peace with the air guitar. Because we got these beautiful motherfuckers. But it was a great time, and it was a great time to be alive, great time to be a wrestling fan, because it really made you prove that you were a fan. Like you would have to go out and search this shit up, use resources, talk to people. It's just a moment in time that I wish I could bring back, because I feel if we did do that, if we had like that kind of camaraderie again, this business would be so much better than what it is.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's take our last commercial break and then come back and just tidy up a little bit. Havoc Energy Drink is the energy drink for gamers and streamers by gamers and streamers. Not only does it have the caffeine and B vitamins that you're used to in your energy drinks, but it also has a healthy dose of creatine for mental acuity to help you win that next game or focus through that next stream. Go to tryhavocenergy.com and enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Again, that's tryhavocenergy.com. Enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Also, if you use the link in the description, you can get your first 3 months of a new Amazon Unlimited subscription. It's only $9.99 after that, and you can cancel it anytime. Get immediate access to 100 million songs, the touch of a button, and get your first 3 months on the Heel Shit podcast. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Draven is tidying up.
Oh shit, my bad.
Draven is tidying up.
My bad. I thought you meant literal tidy up. I thought you said my shit was dirty. My bad. I apologize.
So, I think instead of going into what we felt about Survivor Series, I think it's probably we're gonna just do a second HSP, maybe tomorrow night, and do our detailed breakdown of the
War games.
The war games.
He said the thing this year.
Yes, he did.
He said it. He didn't say it live, but
he said the thing.
He said the thing.
Yeah.
So that's fine with me. We probably won't take up a full hour of HSP to go over just the pay-per-view.
No.
But if it lasts an hour, obviously it'll last an hour. Obviously, the big thing to talk about is going to be the actual Man War game. But I promise you, Dark and I's got some shit to say about the women's war games.
Oh, yes,
sure.
God. We are gonna talk about that for sure.
Fuck. As well as the match with LA Knight and Shinsuke, where that's going. Where do they go with Walter from here? I'm sorry, Gunther from here. All that and more will be tomorrow night. Time to be determined, because this was literally like a last minute thing for us to really, we're gonna do this early tonight, see what happens.
Yeah. There's no wrestling tomorrow night really, so probably do 8 o'clock.
Oh, you just pissed off the NXT marks.
Yes, I did. Fuck all you people. Fuck all you hoes.
Fuck you. Oh.
Fuck all you hoes. Yes.
No, in all seriousness, with what Sean's been doing on NXT, it's been phenomenal. I love the way he's been booking shit. Yeah. And I hope the continued success of that brand.
Yes, for sure.
No more 2.0 shit, though. For the love of God. No more rainbow unicorns.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Oh, what? What happened?
Nothing. No, I'm just fucking with everything over here and not.
The last time you fucked with something, it muted me and we had to restart the stream. Don't do that shit.
No. Fucking terrible.
All right.
Terrible. Be glad when I can train Elwood to come in here and run this production bullshit.
Oh God. Why? Why are you bringing some hick in there to mess with all the fucking high tech devices?
Cheap labor.
It's gonna smell like possum sex in there. I don't want to smell that.
Possum poontang.
I don't want to smell poom from the possum.
The only good varmint poontang is dead varmint poontang.
Listen, I tell you what. Get this message to Elwood. 9 a.m. Saturday morning at our spot, and you know the spot I'm talking about. Take a fucking shower. Like that morning, come sit at the table, and I'll hear what you got to say, but I don't need you speaking no Alabama bullshit.
Yeah, I can't guarantee how good his diction is. I'm sorry. We only
Well-
spoke a few words, and he's been stalking me ever since. So
Well, you're going to translate. He might just never mind. We ain't going there. This is the kid show. Yeah, you're just going to have to translate. Also, he's got to buy his own breakfast. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not buying this motherfucker breakfast. I don't get a tax deduction from it. Fuck that.
I'll buy him breakfast.
Oh my
Jeez, you're
God.
so
You'll
mean.
buy him breakfast, but you won't buy your boy breakfast. Okay, I got you.
He's
Remember
destitute.
the diet.
He's
Remember
destitute.
the Diet Cokes. You
All
remember
right,
the Diet
fine, I'll
Cokes,
buy your
motherfucker.
breakfast too, goddammit. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, you try to be charitable to a motherfucker, and your boy is just like, you know what, fuck you. I know that he can't eat, and he lives in a 2-story cardboard box, but I want the same shit that you're giving him.
How the fuck do you? You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to ask you to explain a 2-story cardboard box.
He's got something that works up here. Something that works. All right.
Obviously, it's not fucking
He
dial.
built a mansion cardboard box. All right.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring him a bar of soap if you buy his breakfast.
Okay. Can handle that.
Sponsored by Libra 2000.
Do the pleasantries, my friend.
Ugh. Possum. Poontang. Nasty. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget.
How'd you get Elwood, possum puss? Oh my God. Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck me. No, don't fuck me. Oh, I mean, I lick a lot of poom, but I don't lick a possum poom.
Possum boom.
Oh. All right. Let's get real. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tomorrow night at our usual time of 8 Eastern, 7 Central, we will be doing a part 2 of HSP covering the war games, the goods, the bads, the uglies, the Rhea Ripley's, and everything in between. And then don't forget every Thursday night, which we apologize about not doing talking shit this past Thursday. Obviously, I was on my deathbed, and Dark was right beside me the whole time, laughing and poking me with a stick, going, "Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet?" Yeah, no. So yeah, we will be back this Thursday with talking shit. Don't know what the fuck we're talking about. May bring Elwood on, may not. See what happens.
No.
Same time though. Same time.
Mm.
8 p.m. 7
8
Central.
p.m. And well, this show's probably going to go back to 8 p.m. too. I don't think it made a difference.
Okay, well, like I said, this was like a last minute thing just to see what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fucked my night up. So now instead of going straight to bed, I now have to go do something for an hour and then go to bed. So yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, always don't forget the original. You like it, you love it, you need more of it. Always the original Heel Shit Podcast with your boys, Doc Cordz, D Raven J Rhymes, as we just go over various subjects in the world of wrestling, whether it's good, bad, popular, unpopular. I love the unpopular opinions. And I think let's see, we did that. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget the Black Friday sale of the merch.
The merch
Is
beautiful.
As he stated, it is at cost until midnight tonight. Retro Draven Grimes, Retro Dark Cordz, TFK, HSP, Talking Shit, Fuck Logan Paul shirts, and the uncensored and the censored for the snowflakes. We still have a Pole Watcher shirt that is online. We have the hoodies, we have the t-shirts, we have the tank tops, we have the cups, we have the shorts. We were told by attorneys we can't put dildos on there. So go to the Patreon if you want a dildo. We'll get that figured out. And with that, I think. Oh, also, yeah, one last piece. If you want to see at least 2/3, if not all 3 members of TFK in one place in 2024, Florida Flea Market, where our companion, the Rican Ripper, the Ripper King, the Puerto Rican sex god Rip Ruiz will be in action. And we will be there as well. The sling merch, sign babies, kiss titties, all that good stuff.
Yes.
I don't know about him kissing titties. He's going to be over there with Elwood dealing with the possum poon. And I think, yep, absolutely. I think that's about it for the night.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whatever you're watching or listening on.
Send us questions, goddammit.
Hell yeah.
We would love that.
Emails,
I don't care if you send us something asking, to kiss your ass or something. We'll fucking respond. I don't give a fuck.
Emails open, heelshitpodcast@gmail.com. We've got some really exciting stuff coming up before the end of the year. So we'll be cluing you guys into that as we get closer. But the Heel Shit Podcast is going to be going through some growth. So, thank you guys for joining us. For Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never